Friction.
Well, what about chemistry between Link and Joe? Because he does end up at her door.
It's Grey's Anatomy, so I feel like we all sometimes play a little bit of chess with each other in relationships.
Right. We have so much to talk about, starting with the return of so many alumni. Kate Walsh is coming back. What can you guys tease about that?
Well, first off, she's amazing. Chris, did you know that she was coming back until you read the script? Because I didn't know.
No, I saw her. Yeah, I saw it in the script, and then saw her at the Zoom table read, and and
we geeked out. Everyone geeked out, basically.
Yeah, fangirled a little bit.
Yeah, she's back, and it's kind of like she's never left, because I feel like her presence in scenes is that she just kind of owns the hospital. I'm like, oh my God, it's Addison. I think we can say that she's working on a really amazing case that Joe is desperate to get in on.
Okay, so the return of Addison maybe doesn't mean more drama, but more scientific breakthroughs.
I mean, it's always possible there's drama, right?
That's Grey's Anatomy.
Goes with the territory.
Yeah, exactly.
Camilla, what should we expect from Joe this season? Because she's adopted a baby. She is working towards becoming an OBGYN.
A couple things are happening for her. I think that you see, obviously she has her new baby. So she's dealing with being a single working mom and not having much help. And I think that that's really good for, she's leaning on Link for advice, which is, her bestie for her advice on how to do this. And then what you're going to see that's kind of fun is that like she's back to being an intern. Like she's back to square one. So she's doing scut and things. And so I feel like that energy in the early seasons of her, being an intern and making mistakes and kind of running around is back again for her. So it's been really fun to play. So those are things you'll see in the beginning of the season.
Okay. So exciting stuff. Chris, for you, what a heartbreaking season finale, because Amelia did turn down Link's proposal. How does he kind of deal with the aftermath and the heartbreak of that this season?
Yeah, well, yeah, he definitely got turned down in a big way.
Multiple times. Multiple times.
Multiple rings.
Multiple times.
Proposing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm reading the script going, Link, are you sure you want to do this? But he swung big. He got the kids in there. He got 4 rings. He was ready. And she turned him down spectacularly. And it definitely threw him for a loop, because he started thinking about marriage differently when he was living with Amelia, because the rejection was a lot. So he's crawling back into his hole and trying to recover. Meanwhile, he's co-parenting Scout with Amelia and having to coexist with her in that world. And there's a little bit of friction. Bit of friction to start out the season.
A little bit of friction.
Well, what about chemistry between Link and Joe? Because he does end up at her door. We know that they're longtime friends. I would like to see a possible romance there. Could that be in the cards?
I don't know. We haven't seen the script yet where that happens. It's Grey's Anatomy, so I feel like we all sometimes play a little bit of chess with each other in relationships.
Right.
But right now, I feel like they're just kind of leaning on each other right now in different ways. I mean, Joe definitely needs him, parent-wise, and she is helping him through this breakup that's happened, just like he helped her with Alex. So, I mean, right now, that's sort of where they're at with each other.
Link's kind of the support for the parental aspect of Joe's life, and she's kind of the support for the romantic aspect of his life. And they're really filling a void in each other's lives at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, all good relationships stem from a friendship, so my fingers are crossed.
Okay.
The promo that was released showed Meredith on a mission after she, of course, survived COVID. How has that, near-death experience changed her this season?
I think that it's like her 8th near-death experience, I feel like. I think that it's kind of...
9 lives.
I think for sure. I think that it's kind of made her focus more on what matters to her and sort of tune out all these things that don't necessarily matter in her life, and sort of streamlined her into thinking more so about future big decisions for herself, is probably how I would put it.
It's true. She's cutting out some of the fat or the BS from her life and really and making important decisions for herself.
Okay. Does that include romantically?
Yeah.
He said yeah.
No, the was an agreement with the lock and key scenario.
All right, fair. I feel like there's always speculation that whatever season of Grey's we're on, that it's the last season.
Yeah.
What do you guys know at this point?
No, I just feel like we should make like a blanket statement, like a recorded statement, all of us, that we never know. Right, Chris?
We
don't ever know if it's the last season ourselves.
No, we have no idea.
We have no, truly, we never know.
Literally, your guess is as good as ours.
It's wild to me that you guys wouldn't know. Would there have to be a specific time that they gave you to make a decision about that? Or would it just be a surprise if it did happen?
I feel like it would kind of be a surprise. Honestly, I feel like we'd find out like 1 hour before it hits all the news. That's what I feel like, because it would be such a huge secret and such a big thing to release that I think that we would find out right before you guys find out, is what I honestly think.
You would. I would find out 3 days after.
And then I would text you a month later and
you
say,
would text me, yeah. And you'd be like, oh, doesn't this suck? And I'd be like, what? Doesn't what suck?
That's how it would work.
Well, that's hilarious. I hope this isn't the end, because so many fun casting announcements were made for this season. Peter Gallagher is also joining.
Yeah.
Chris, how is it to have a little bit of a OC reunion?
You know, I think without spoiling anything, I can say that we haven't had any scenes together yet. I'm really hoping we do. So we haven't gotten to bump into each other. You know, with the COVID protocols and all that stuff, they keep set really tight. So it's not like you're dropping in and visiting and saying hi. But I'm really hoping we get to work together, because it's great to see him in the table reads, and he's a sweetheart. I can't wait to work with him again.
If this is the final season, what other characters would you guys like to see come back one last time?
Well, I was speaking to Capshaw yesterday. I would love to see Arizona come back. I just adore her. I think the character's amazing. Jessica's amazing. I would love for her to come back and work with Joe, you know, now that Joe's OB. So that would be my pick.
I'm still reeling from last season. You know, it's just so much fun when they surprise me. I don't want to put a wish list together and get disappointed. Yeah. So I'm just rolling with the punches.
I am getting wrapped. So very lastly, Abigail Spencer, we know that she's in the premiere episode. Yeah. What else should we expect in the season premiere? It looks like a massive crossover, pretty explosive episode.
The Phoenix Fair is happening in Seattle. We should probably mention that. There's a big fair happening in Seattle. Grey's is short-staffed. And so there's I feel like there's a little bit of everything in the premiere. I feel like our writers are amazing. They're able to fit everything in, a little bit of drama, a little bit of relationships, a lot of Meredith, cool, interesting things are happening in the premiere.
I can tell you this. Amelia and Link come together in the first episode working together on a medical case, and they have to put all of their personal stuff behind them. Meanwhile, there's a lot of personal stuff happening in front of them with the patients that's kind of like reflecting what's going on with them. So it's like they're not talking about it, but the patients are talking about it.
Right.
So it's a very funny dynamic.
Yeah.
That's what we love about Grey's, right?
Yeah.
It's what we do best.